You're watching The Ryan Silverfield Show, presented by AutoZone.
The 2021 Tiger football season is officially underway. Join Jarvo and me for The Ryan Silverfield Show.
The game is on.
The Ryan Silverfield Show is presented by AutoZone. When you've got car trouble, you want help from number one. So if you've got a battery problem, head to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. And by Conway Services, the official HVAC partner of Tiger Athletics. Chick-fil-A, we didn't invent chicken, just the chicken sandwich. RJ Young, technology solutions that power your business. Tennessee Lottery, turning dollars into dreams.
Welcome to the Ryan Silverfield Show. I'm Dave Woloshin. Jarvis Greer is going to join me in just a second. So 1 week is in the books. How does the coach feel about it?
First, let's take a look at how it went down. We got the answer to who would be the starting quarterback, and it's true freshman Seth Hennigan. The first time a true freshman has started in the season opener for the Memphis Tigers. Arizona transfer Grant Gunnell not dressed out for the game. Nicholls State scores on the opening drive, and then it's Hennigan time. He hands it off to the other freshman starter, Brandon Thomas. He's the top running back, and he picks up a first down, then some. That drive will end in a field goal. 7-3 at the end of the first. More success in the Tigers' run games. Rodriguez-Clark goes straight up the middle, pummels a man, and gets to celebrate in the end zone. That is the Tigers' first touchdown of the season. 10-7 in the second quarter. Thomas from 10 yards out runs hard and gets his first Tigers touchdown. He rushes for 147 yards and that TD. We talked about the experience on the defense, but newcomer Greg Rubin out of White Station High School making a name for himself as he comes up with the pass breakup. Fourth quarter, and Hennigan connects with the Tigers' top receiver, Kelvin Austin III. That is Hennigan's first touchdown throw and Austin's first touchdown of the season. Seth Hennigan throws for 265 yards, a touchdown, and no interceptions in his Tigers debut as the Tigers go on to cruise past Nicholls State 42-17. Let's go to Jarvo with Ryan Silverfield.
Hey, thanks, Cassie, for those highlights. We've got the man himself right now, head coach Ryan Silverfield, to talk about the game against Nicholls State. And first of all, your overall impressions of what you saw out of your football team.
Yeah, let me start by giving credit to Nicholls State. Obviously, they went through a lot of adversity to get here. And, for them to be able to come up early, our thoughts and prayers continue to be with all those affected by the hurricane. But credit should go to those young men that were across the line of scrimmage from us today. They're the ones that battled. And our thoughts are with them and continue to be. That's a tough team now. There's a reason, right? They returned every starter and they gave us every bit of the battle we wanted. First game, right? And so there were some good, some bad, and some ugly. A lot of things we need to clean up upon. But look, pleased with the win. We'll take them however they come.
As a coach, you've got a chance to show them, hey, look, these are the great things you did. You're a freshman quarterback. You're a freshman running back. They came in and did things that you really like to see, both of them showing that it factor, but then you've also got those things you can show them on the film that we need to correct.
Absolutely, and that's the one thing I always appreciate about our young men is I think they have a coach me, coach mentality. They realize, hey, this was not a perfect game. And it ultimately starts with me. I've got to do a better job, but just pleased. The overall effort was there. These kids were locked in, dialed in. They knew the strength of the opponent we were facing, and just pleased, for 4 quarters. That's where we would play football. We didn't start off the way we wanted to, the first half or the second half, but it's how you finish. And just, look, we got a lot of things we can hang our hat on, and a lot of things to keep working on.
Okay, we got to talk about your quarterback. You had a decision to make, and you went with the true freshman, the first true freshman in program history to ever start a season in a Memphis Tigers uniform, and Seth Hennigan really showed out.
Yeah, not necessarily, all these new things that are happening, these new records. I don't know if that was one that I was hoping to check the mark box on, but look, quite pleased with him, right? He's an 18-year-old that you mentioned having the it factor. He's a kid that's going to continue to get better and better. I think anytime you get thrown into the mix, first game, they're just going to learn, and he's going to continue to progress, but our team believes in him. They understand what he's capable of. He handled the ball well. I talk about owning the football, no turnovers, and that's key. And then you talk about, we had a new center in there and a new running back, and all those factors got played in. He's an intelligent young man, so he was able to handle everything that was thrown at him. Just pleased with the overall effort.
And then, of course, Brandon Thomas, 147 yards rushing in his first time in a Tiger uniform.
And we've got a lot of variety of backs that we like and we're pleased with. In the past, we've had 1 or 2 guys that we can say those are the guys. I think Brandon obviously was able to step up, but still pleased, right? Markevius Weaver, Rodriguez-Clark, Asa Martin, all all the different guys who will get back there and hand the ball to as well. Just pleased with our running back by committee, but we also have a young man in Brandon Thomas we're very excited about.
And defensive front, getting Wardalis Ducksworth, you got the big John Tate coming back, and that had to feel good for you, knowing that they were able to stuff some big runs up there.
Yeah, absolutely, right. That rotation with Morris Joseph, John Tate, Duck, and then you got to see a second wave of guys, a guy like Cameron Jackson, who you guys had never seen. Coyote Adeli got some reps in there, right? Quan Robinson. So I thought we saw a bevy of defensive linemen. Maurice White was able to get in there, and so I think anytime you can have that type of flow up front, it's going to benefit you down the road.
All right, Coach, thank you. And talking about work, the Memphis Tigers put a lot of work in fall camp to get ready for this season. Dave Voloshin and I talked about it with Coach Silverfield on how they got ready for this season.
Ryan, it is so good to be back. Year number 2 with you in charge, and you've had some dilemmas here in trying to figure out what the personnel would be after a terrific fall camp.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's the exciting thing is these are dilemmas, they're positive ones, right? We've got a lot of people that we feel like we can move around different spots, a lot of competition, a lot of different positions. So that's what's exciting to me.
Ryan, how was this camp, maybe compared to others?
Yeah, you know, this fall camp we actually got 15 practices in, so that was nice. Last year we were really limited under COVID restrictions, so to be able to get back out there day in and day out and have that camp grind, that was much necessary. Get out there in that Memphis heat was important, but this camp was different because I felt like we had competition at a lot of spots, and that's one of those things. A lot of times you go into fall camp, you know who your starters are. That was okay. We went in competitions at almost every position, and that's a fun thing. And like I told our guys, I told our seniors, it's our job to always recruit better players than you because that means our roster's getting better. Just like I told these vets, you better fight to keep your job, and there is no jobs. And so I think the nice thing is we saw guys go in day out and battle this fall camp. Our team got better. They grew closer together. I think we saw a lot of wonderful things.
Now this for you is year number 3. Year number 2 is hard to figure out because you did the Cotton Bowl, and that was your very first game as a head coach, and then you come in the COVID year where you don't get a spring practice and you barely get any practice time. So what's this been like for you with a full camp, a full spring?
Yeah, you know, and I'll be very blunt like I have before. This job is very different than the one I took over the first 3 months, right? Preparing for the Cotton Bowl, putting together staff. Everyone said, well, that must be hard. Well, then you talk about all the things that occurred that first year, 2020. It was bizarre, right? And we can go talk for hours about all those things, but that's the past. We're trying to focus on 2021, have those blinders on like we talked about last year, and great focus. And it has been different, but it's been really refreshing to be back. A sense of normalcy, if you will. We still understand the things that are going on in our society with COVID, but I've just been pleased. Our players are glad to be back. We're excited to work at full capacity, to be able to use all of our facilities. Our guys have been full bore, really excited.
Okay, now you got game week. That's what it's all about. That's when the money's made. That's when the bright lights go on. How does that smooth out for you after you've been beating each other up during fall camp?
Yeah, you know, the one thing when fall camp ends, actually school starts. So try to get back to understanding they are student athletes. And so they've been, you know, with us being a morning practice team, we've been able to get them up here, you know, get them locked and loaded and understanding what it looks like on a weekly routine, preparing now for the actual season and actual game. So I think there's that sense of excitement, right? They get tired of beating each other up. They're ready to go face another opponent, and we know what we have in Nicholls State and what they're going to bring to the Liberty Bowl. They're a tough opponent with a lot of experience, but I think, you know, into a school schedule, our guys understanding how to balance academics, football, but there's also the heightened antennas. Hey, it is game week. Let's roll.
Plenty of promise coming out of fall camp. Speaking of promise, it's already here when it comes to facilities, and we take a tour in just a minute.
You're watching The Ryan Silverfield Show, presented by AutoZone.
Welcome back. It took years to get here, but finally this indoor facility is a palace, and you get a tour with Cassie Carlson.
All right, we're now in the lobby of the football facility, and you walk in and you're welcomed by Tigers. You're welcomed by Tigers in the NFL. Describe what you want people to know about Memphis when they walk into this facility.
So this is the first thing that people see when they walk in. We want it to be putting our best foot forward. So in this space, you'll see banners all around us of recent bowl games, conference championships we've won, former players that have made it in the NFL. NFL first-round draft picks are highlighted here. Any Tigers that have been in the Super Bowl are highlighted here. There's a Tiger from the Cotton Bowl. So it's just designed just to be a gathering space for all, any fans that might walk in the building, recruits, most importantly, and our players and our staff. This is our recruiting lounge. It's a great spot for guests of the program. This is a spot for us to showcase any of our latest accomplishments. We've got our Montgomery Bowl trophy right here from last season, several of our helmets. It's constantly rotating, so anything we'd like to show off, we can do so in this room. So this is our team cafeteria. All of our team meals are eaten in here. On a typical practice day, our guys will get breakfast before practice, then they'll get a lunch as they head out. So all of our meals are catered in, so the guys are getting the best taste of Memphis. You know, we have a lot of great partners that help feed the team.
We are now in the team room and offensive room. What are the things that you'll see in this room?
So this is our room, you know, when we can get the whole team together for a meeting, get the offense in here, really any large-scale meeting we need to have with the team.
D lineman Morris Joseph, we're now in your favorite spot in the facility. Where are we?
This is the room we come to for therapy, hydrotherapy. We got the cold tub and the hot tub right here. He's actually in there getting some good work in right now. It's always good to come in here after practices. Sometimes you gotta get in the ice, sometimes you gotta get in the heat. Before practice, I like to start with the hot tub. It helps get your body warmed up. You can stretch right afterwards. And finishing up practice, I like to get in the cold tub. That's when all the guys like to get in the cold tub or contrast because it just helps with recovery.
All right, Mojo, where are we now?
Okay, so now we're in the locker room. This is where all the good stuff happens. This is the fun part about being a college athlete. We get to spend a lot of time together. A lot of bonds are created in here.
You've had your locker here since you've been here, so you kind of make it your home. What's in it?
Right here is the rock that I got. We break down the rock before every game with our opponent's name on it, or our opponent's logo, and we all sign it. So this is the rock from when we won the American Championship. We beat Cincinnati, so that's pretty cool. I hold on to that. And right here in the back of my locker is my family. We all put what's important to us in the back of our locker. That's something that Coach Silverfield do here to allow us to get to know each other better. He like to say, play for the name on the back of your jersey as well as the name on the front of your jersey. So understanding why we do it and who we do it for and who our why is, they're my why. They're the reason I do it. So.
Now we're in the weight room. How many hours are you spending in the weight room, whether it's preseason, the difference between preseason and in-season?
This is honestly where we spend most of our time at. It's all about getting prepared for the season so our body can uphold. So we spend a lot of time in here working, getting our body stronger. And during the season, it's more about maintaining.
All right, so you just finished a big lift. You're hungry, right? You come over here, and now we're at the nutrition station.
Whenever we finish with our workouts, we always come over here and fuel up right afterward. You have all the protein bars here. Me, myself, personally, I like to just grab a beef jerky, teriyaki beef jerky.
Favorite snack?
Exactly. If I grab a snack, I make sure I grab at least double the amount of fruit, so.
All right, now we're in your home base, the D-line room. How much time are you spending in here preparing for a game?
We spend a lot of time, countless hours throughout the week in here, and we even come up and get extra film sometimes just on our own, voluntary.
So we're now in the indoor practice facility. This has been a beast of a project to get done. You just revealed it in 2020 and it opened. How important is this to Memphis football?
And this is tremendous. This is the product of a lot of people's hard work, dedication. Many, many years went into planning this. It really ultimately gives our guys the most competitive edge they can have. We can practice under any conditions. You know, it's so important to recruiting, you know, to be able to showcase a place like this. It just really speaks to the city and our fans on, you know, when we really put something forward, we can get this done. It really allows us to compete with the teams in our conference and on a national scale.
So you have an indoor practice facility. Turf allows you to practice indoors with weather and stuff, but you're still adding to what you already have outdoor with some new turf as well.
Absolutely. We're really, really fortunate here to have 4 full-length practice fields, 1 turf indoor field, 2 full-length natural grass fields, and then a 4th turf field. It's important to have, you know, multiple practice surfaces. Turf, first and foremost, that's what we play on at home at the Liberty Bowl. Equally as important, if you play games versus other opponents on grass, you want to be able to practice on grass. So just being able to have different surfaces for different conditions is really important to us.
When you look around this indoor facility, I mean, it's amazing. What's your favorite part?
You know, that's the great thing is we've added so many pieces to this puzzle, right from coaches' offices that are relatively new. And within really a year time span, we've added a brand new indoor practice facility, brand new outdoor turf field, which has been absolutely beautiful. We just added that last week, right? Brand new weight room that got redone, brand new locker room for the guys. I mean, all these things that have occurred within a 1-year span. Again, grateful for all those people who help contribute, but it's awesome for our players. It gives you a sense of pride where you're at. and it allows you to, man, be excited to come to work every single day.
It's really something. I used to run around here back in the 70s, and the turf room was the big deal for us, and that was state of the art back then. But the commitment wasn't there to keep adding and keep doing. And other schools like Bear Bryant, his last game with Alabama, the Liberty Bowl was in here. They practiced. They used Memphis facilities. He came into the turf room and said, we got to have us one of these. And they did, and then they kept putting money into it. Now you see that, as the wins have started to come, doing this has really, really sparked the enthusiasm from the people out there to say, look, we can help make this program grow.
Yeah, we're so fortunate. We have so many wonderful supporters that want to see this place do well and want to see our current players succeed. They want to see future Tigers be excited about the facilities. It's an arms race, right? Not only are the teams in our conferences, UCF has great facilities, Arkansas State down the road has great facilities, but for us, it's about building the best atmosphere for our current student athletes, and I think that's one of those things, and it's got to be constant. I've already got plans for what I want to get done in January, right? So right when that season ends, well, hopefully there's some sledgehammers coming, we're getting some more work done, and that's the beauty of this whole thing. We've got a supportive president, board of trustees that really want to see football succeed.
I'm just marvel at things like the water treadmill, the high-tech stuff that you now have, even in the weight room.
Yeah, I think that's important, right? We talk about it's touching every base of wherever these young men are on a day-to-day basis, right? Whether it's in the treatment center, right? Nutrition center, wherever they may be, even in the classroom, right? We're talking about the next big plan. We saw the Memphis Rising plan that the athletic department was able to put out, right? Be able to have student-athlete housing and student housing right here on the Park Avenue campus. That and an academic support center. All those things are going to be instrumental to the success of all of our student athletes.
This is part of your sell when you go out on the recruiting trail, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Look, the place sells itself. You guys know how much I love the 901 and this Memphis community and our great fans in the Liberty Bowl, but to be able to actually show when they come here and they say, wow, I had no idea Memphis had all that.
You're watching The Ryan Silverfield Show, presented by AutoZone. Let's take a look at the AutoZone road ahead.
Jonesboro, Arkansas, and some familiar faces. Butch Jones, Tom Bowen's there as the AD. It's the Red Wolves.
Yeah, look, we understand the opponent that we've got ahead of us, right? It'll be our first away game of the year, not too far down the road, right? A lot of similarities in who we've recruited, so we have a familiarity with their roster. They're talented, right? New head coach that's had a lot of success all over, right? He's made his footprint, obviously in the state of Tennessee. You mentioned Tom Bowen, an athletic director that was here during my time, so a lot of respect for them and what they're able to do. Look, there's going to be some challenges, right? I always think anytime you play that first away game, how's your team? What's their mindset going to be like in a new environment? We haven't been there, and we talk about the rivalry between Memphis and them for a long time. I always think about my first win was versus Arkansas State. Hopefully we keep that streak going.
Yeah, that was just last year. They came into the Liberty Bowl. That game kind of went a little bit deeper before Memphis put it away.
They're talented. We know they're going to get everything we got. A lot of their teams talking about this being their Super Bowl as we come there. We just got to show up and do what we're capable of.
That was tonight's AutoZone Road Ahead. AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination and official sponsor of Tiger Athletics. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
There is a lot of history in going to Jonesboro. Can't wait for that matchup. We take a quick timeout, and then we'll put a wrap on this edition of the Ryan Silverfield Show.
You're watching the Ryan Silverfield Show, presented by AutoZone.
So that is officially 1 week in the books. We'll do it again next Sunday night. See you then. Have a great week, everybody.
The Ryan Silverfield Show is presented by AutoZone. Next time you need a car battery, just pick it up. Visit AutoZone.com and select same-day store pickup. Just one reason why AutoZone is America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. And by Conway Services, official HVAC partner of Tiger Athletics. Chick-fil-A, we didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. R.J. Young, technology solutions that power your business. Tennessee Lottery, turning dollars into dreams. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the University of Memphis Sports Network. This copyrighted telecast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Memphis. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Memphis and Learfield.